following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Blowing out of the backfield, exploding down the sideline.
This is Hangin' with the Boys, presented by Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings. Now, your hosts, Nate Newton, Kurt Daniels, Jesse Holley, and Shannon Gross.
I'm sorry.
Jesus. Can't even get the show going without Nate. Lord. Welcome to the show. It's Super Bowl Monday. You're looking live at Tostitos Championship Plaza outside Ford Center at the Star in Frisco. We're at 64 degrees. Feels like 64. The high today is 72. The low tonight is 44. It's Super Bowl.
Super Bowl.
Super Bowl. What'd you guys think? What do you think about the game? I thought the game was kind of boring, except for the last
it wasn't as
couple
exciting
of
as
minutes.
some, but part of that was I just didn't care.
I think
this game.
Yeah, and I think there just wasn't a lot of drama in the game.
Mm-hmm.
There wasn't a whole lot of big plays, and I thought it was okay. It was just all right. I'm glad to see Andrew Whitworth from my hometown. Went to my high school, my alma mater, West Monroe High School graduate.
You're talking about a 40-year-old man?
The 40-year-old man.
He was my team. He was my teammate in Cincinnati.
Wow. There you go.
Yeah.
Good old Whit.
Big Whit.
Yeah, good guy.
Yeah.
Jason Whit?
You met him?
He was my teammate too.
Okay.
I have not met him, but he's friends with a lot of guys that I used to hang out with back home. They were the same age, and so from what I hear, he's
40 years old.
Really good. Yeah, 40-year-old guy. Really good guy. What do you think, Kurt? What do you think about the game?
Well, like you kind of said, it wasn't terribly exciting, but it was a solid game.
We'll talk about halftime in a minute.
Again, I didn't care who won, so it wasn't like I was real passionate about what was going on.
What about you, Jesse? Do you have a rooting interest for the Bengals since you played there?
I did not.
No.
I have a rooting interest. I had a rooting interest for the Rams.
Why?
I have much more ties to the Rams than I do the Bengals.
Please expand.
Yeah.
Well, one, Coach Jody Camillus, who was one of my all-time favorite coaches, who stood on the table for me many a times, is their special teams coach for the Rams.
How mad do you think he was when they botched that hold?
Oh, he mother effed a lot of people on that one.
Because he'll cuss you.
He will cuss you good.
Yeah.
Then also, former Dallas Cowboy Marcus Dixon is an assistant who was a good friend of mine when I was here with the Cowboys. He's an assistant coach there. Aaron Donald, he's my NFL Man Crush Monday. He's I love Aaron Donald, who's actually married to Erica Sherman, who is the daughter of Ray Sherman, who was my wide receiver coach here with the Cowboys. So I've known Erica since she was 10. So happy to see her last night on TV with Aaron Donald and their baby. Yeah. So I had more rooting interest for the Rams.
So you were happy with the outcome?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was right, so that always helps.
Yeah. Because
I said that the defense will come up big for the Rams and win this game.
It didn't look like it in the first half. It looked like they were going to shut them down.
Middle of the third, though.
Yeah.
What about you, Nate?
Man, it was exciting for me.
You liked it?
Yeah, I loved it. I loved it because it just correlates and proves what I say is the fact that this dude got sacked 9,000 times and still had opportunity to win the game. And as me and Kurt text back and forth,
Why you didn't text us? Why you
I text everybody, but he just responded.
You didn't do it in the group text?
I didn't. It was just me and you, Kurt.
No, you said something to everybody.
He said one thing.
Yeah.
That wasn't a text back and forth. That was a text you threw out there.
And he responded and y'all didn't. So, yeah. Anyway, dude got sacked 800 times, still almost won the game. And guess what? They made a grave error. I think the Rams really messed up when Cooper Kupp was the only good player they had left at wide receiver.
And they threw him the ball?
They threw him too many balls.
Oh, wow.
You ain't supposed to do that.
They even let him run the ball.
Thank
Did
you.
my mic go out?
Uh-oh, me too.
We all did.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Can't none of us hear. I wonder if we're still in the
Wow.
air.
There we go. All right.
We're back.
we
Now we
back?
got some weird echo.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Then they had the nerve to even give him a ball and let him run the ball on a key.
How do you give your
third down.
best players the
And
ball?
then they
that
had the
much?
nerve to give him the MVP of the game.
How dare they?
Man, wow. That goes against our grain. Yeah.
Do you find yourself when you're watching that game, thinking about the Cowboys and comparing?
All the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do the Rams. We went off again.
Yep. Wonder what's going on back there. We got a rookie back there.
We got a rookie back there, so are we on
the
Miss
tricky
Jazz?
part is I don't know if anybody can still hear us or not because we can't hear ourselves.
We can't hear
Well,
ourselves.
anyway.
So are we broadcasting or are we just sitting here? I don't know.
Keep
like
talking.
we're on the
Keep
air,
talking,
yeah.
Nate. Hopefully they hear
It's
us.
hard for me to do that.
No, it ain't. No, it ain't. No, it ain't. It is not hard for you to do that.
Yeah, it's hard for me to because I can't hear myself.
Just do one ear.
Yeah, and I don't want to scream at you guys.
There you go. No, go ahead. Cowboys and Rams. What did you find?
No, I want myself to be on air. I want to know if it's on air. I ain't gonna waste mine. I don't know, just talking to you guys. I can text y'all. Yeah.
So
I called Jesse and he not called back.
Yeah,
I told you I only answer when I got 25 minutes or more to have for you. That is the respect that I have for you.
I hear you, bro.
If I don't have the amount of time to give you, I ain't gonna play you like that.
I hear you, bro. Wow.
I don't even know what to do right now.
Yeah. I hear you.
Do we throw it to break? I don't even know if we could go to break. You know what? Let's act like we can go to break.
Yeah.
Y'all
But
don't say nothing off
Better
there. I'm
watch
gonna go
what
back
we
there and
say,
check on Jazz.
Yeah.
We'll take a break, an early break, and then we will be back here in about 4 minutes. More Super Bowl talk. We got to talk about the halftime,
Yes.
Yeah.
I want to talk about the game because it was exciting.
and they want to talk about the game. So we'll be right back. The second segment, Hanging with the Boys.
Hey, Cowboys fans, ready to spice up your next watch party? Bring Yo Quiero guacamole and be the game day hero. Yo Quiero means I want, and we know you want great, fresh-tasting, ready-to-serve guacamole for your home gating and tailgating events. Made with real avocados and the perfect blend of spices, it will be the star of any party. You can find us at your local Albertsons or Tom Thumb in the deli section. If you can't find it, talk to your store manager and tell them, Yo Quiero guacamole.
Brace yourself for an existential question. Has your butt been having enough fun lately? Have you been treating it well? Has it been going places? If not, then it's about time you start using SeatGeek. SeatGeek is the best way to get your butt tickets to live events. Just ask the thousands of other butts who have rated it the #1 ticketing app. So what are you waiting for? Download the app now or visit SeatGeek.com to get tickets to sports, concerts, and live events and make your butt happy. SeatGeek. Get your seat in a seat.
It's game day. You know what that means. First, kebab prep. Steak, pepper, onion, steak, pepper, onion. Next, a counterclockwise lap around the room. Now the lucky grease-stained jersey goes on. And lastly, the dance. You know the one. This is a game day ritual no matter where you are. Whether you're traveling to the game or watching from your favorite vacation spot, book a place to stay on Hotels.com and keep the tradition alive and well. Hotels.com, proud partner of the Dallas Cowboys.
At AT&T, everyone, new and existing customers, get our best deals on every smartphone. Why? Because you deserve it. For turning your living room into your office and your gym. For teaching grandma how to video call. And teaching her again.
It's the button on your left, Nana. Okay, your other left.
It's not complicated. Everyone deserves something new. So AT&T is giving everyone, new and existing customers, our best deals with every unlimited plan on every smartphone, even the latest ones.
AT&T may temporarily slow data speeds if the network is busy. Restrictions and exceptions may apply.
Back to Hanging with the Boys.
We're having some technical issues, and we don't even know if we're on the air right now or not, but I think we are, so we're just going to roll with it and keep going. So, Nate, you were saying...
And we were talking off air. We probably were on air. We had some good talk while you was gone. I'm telling you, the way it was 3 dudes for the Rams could have got MVP. The quarterback, Cooper Kupp, which you got it, and Aaron Donald. And each one of them, in the middle of the third, picked up their game because they took away the run game totally for the Rams. They took it away. And I'm like, and I'm thinking, they're not going to throw all these balls to Cooper Kupp. They had like 16 plays, 10 or 11 of them was passes, and 8 of them went to Cooper Kupp.
Yeah. And for the most part, he was double-teamed.
Thank you.
Yeah.
He was double-teamed.
Wait, you can throw the ball to somebody that's double-teamed and they can catch it?
I'm like,
what a novel idea. You know, this is just a crazy thought process and when he's the best player, you just find ways to get him open. And he found ways to get himself open. And
but you know who was going to
actually
go
threw the
off,
ball.
right? You know who was going to go off.
Odell?
Odell was
he was going to be the MVP.
Odell was going to go up. That's why he was over there crying. He wasn't crying because he wanted to stick that on Baker. Now, Baker, what you think now?
But he did. When you look at what he did his entire season last year with the Browns, he had 7 touchdowns. He had that in the playoffs and the short amount of time that he played with them. But it's funny about the MVP because you're right. It could have went to Matthew Stafford, but the main two Cooper Kupp and Aaron Donald. So you have to have your MVP votes in prior to the 2-minute warning.
Shireen tweeted that out. I heard,
So to not let Aaron Donald finish out that last drive. Yeah. That would have probably given him the MVP because you have to have your MVP in 2 minutes.
They need to change that. That's the stupidest thing.
We have some dumb rules in sports.
Like, wait a minute, you can make the halftime 3 times as long as normal, but you can't delay the MVP award for 3 minutes to let it play till the end of the game. That's the dumbest thing.
You know what? And I was like, man, Aaron Donald took this game, but Cooper took the game over too.
Oh, that last drive.
Yeah, and so by him getting the game-winning touchdown, that was sweet. And then you didn't know that Aaron was going to do what he did. I mean, Jack, the left guard, I would have held him. I'd have got a My pride would have made me home. If I'm going down, you going down. You're going to throw me on my back like a Ninja Turtle.
Cooper had to win the game twice because he caught the touchdown, took a hard hit. There was offsetting penalties, and he had to come back again.
How much was that Stafford, too? I mean, he threaded some passes in there, didn't he?
But see, that's the thing about it is and that's what I'm saying with the Cowboys. I just got to say it. Let the people around you help you until it get crunch time. And then it comes down to your quarterback, your best receiver, and the running back that can get out of the backfield and catch the ball. And that's what happened. They tried to run, got stopped. Tried to run, got stopped. Play action pass, got stopped. Then all of a sudden, this is why you brought Stafford in. For that last drive, that last play, this is why you got Dak. Dak shouldn't have to play wide open the whole game. He should have enough weapons around him to let him play. Then all of a sudden, it comes down to Amari, Tony Pollard, because I'm going with the best athletes now, the guys that are the most explosive. Tony Pollard and Dak and your offensive line doing the best they can do.
I think that's a great point. I think it's a great point, Nate, is that when you bring in players – it's for those moments. It's for those, we got to get a play. Like, we got to go get this play. We got to go get it done. There was no Odell Beckham. There was no Robert Woods. There's no Higbee. I mean, you don't have any weapons. And it's saying, okay, Triple Crown winner, I'm coming to you. And those guys be able to go to make, like, that is what you go all in for. You go, yes, you want all the great accolades, but it's in those moments, whether it's regular season or postseason, but mainly you become legendary in the postseason. It's for those couple plays throughout the game where you gotta come through.
Yes.
And even on the one with Matthew Stafford, if you go back and watch it, the one he threaded in across the middle, he no-looked it. He kept the safety at bay.
Right.
And no-looked the pass to Cooper Kupp. That's an elite moment. That's why you mortgage the future for that type of moment.
So, question for you guys. Knowing that Mr. Jones watched this game and knowing how good of friends he is with
our head coach didn't watch the game.
He didn't?
According to him, he doesn't watch the playoffs. So
really?
he hadn't seen.
He goes back and watches it.
He hadn't seen all this yet.
Oh, okay. All right. Well,
that's what he said.
Well, the owner has. I'm sure the owner did.
Was he there? Did Jerry go?
I don't know.
Because Jerry's like.
I think he was out there. I don't know.
He went to the NFL Honors Show, but I don't know if he went to the Super Bowl.
Let's not mistake this. Like, we all know this. That maybe some fans do, maybe some fans don't. The Rams don't go from St. Louis to L.A.
without Mr. Jones.
Without Mr. Jerry Jones.
Yes.
Like, he was a very, 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 very integral part into that happening.
85%.
He might have been more than Stan Kroenke in making that thing happen in L.A.
Yeah. So he's close to that organization. Yeah. Do you think, because the Cowboys of old would have mortgaged the future for right now, they haven't done that for a while. Seeing LA do this and go all in and get Stafford and go get OBJ and go get, Weddle and Vaughn and the guys that they went and got and just said, we're winning now or we're not winning. Do you think that's gonna maybe change the way they've done business the last probably 10 years around here? Because they haven't got – the last big-name free agent they really went and got was Brandon Carr probably.
$50 million.
Yeah. And
then asked him to do something that he wasn't comfortable with.
Right.
Go pay $50 million for a zone corner and make him play man-to-man all season.
Oh, man.
But, I mean, do you think –
Well, didn't NBC have a graphic that Cincinnati had like 7 free agent starters on their defense? I mean, so they put a little money in too. The problem with the Cowboys, at least immediately, is they don't have the money to go out and do that, do they?
Unless you get rid of some folks, right?
I mean, are you going to drop your star receiver so you can spend money on a star?
The Twitter world seems to think that Amari and Tank are gone.
I know. Do you drop Tank so you can sign Gregory? I mean,
I'm going to tell you something, man.
You can find money. You know that, Kurt.
Yeah.
You can restructure some stuff and just prolong your slow
This is the luck of the deal now. This is the luck of the deal. And we all talked about it numerous times. All of their core players were healthy.
Yeah.
And all of them was playing at the top of their game. With Cincinnati missed a few guards or a few centers, but they still wasn't that good as offensive line when they had all their star players on offensive line. So they were lucky in what they did. And one team kind of went through the draft and signed a few choice free agents, and one team went through all free agency and got all their horses, except Aaron Donald. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So you can do it either way, but what you have to have is a purpose, ability to say, this is who we are and this is what we do. Did you doubt the game was physical? Because they wouldn't let neither team run, and they were selling out. Yep. You're not running. Do we have that over there? That ability to say, we have a purpose, and this is what you cannot do to us. What is our defense known for? Michael Parsons.
Yeah.
What is their purpose? Well,
I think another thing that needs to be spoken about and talked about is when you look at the Bengals, they went through some very mediocre to below average years in Cincinnati. And like Jerry Jones, their owner, Mike Brown, and the Brown family, they were very and heavily involved in all things football related.
Right.
Until Mike Brown said, I need to step back. I need to let some other people. So he's taken a step back. It's on record. He said it. I've taken a step back. I've let my kids come in and kind of do some things, but I've also let the coaches do what they do. So I'm not going to be all in and trying to be hands-on on the football operation things. I'm going to stand back, let some of the younger people come in and run things, let some of the coaches have more responsibility and the scouts and so on and so forth and the GMs and all that kind of stuff. And look what it yielded. It yielded them turning something into, yes, getting Joe Burrow helps. And, those losing seasons led to you getting a player like Joe Burrow, led you getting a guy like Jamar Chase and, allowing those scouts and those people in the front office to say, hey, we need help, and signing a Cheeto, those other guys up front that they had. And they, like you said, 7 free agents. That's something that if we're talking about having that big change, the big change is going to come from, are you willing to step back and maybe let a guy like Will McClay resume more responsibilities as the pseudo GM-ish type guy?
All I know, and I keep telling folks this, I'm into the I told you so mode today. When your defensive line can get after people, you can have a Woozier and Eli Apple starting.
Yeah, you can't have Eli Apple starting.
Yeah, no. Because
maybe Cheeto.
Hold on now.
You can't have
Eli. The
Eli.
guy he was going against, ain't too many people was going to stop Cooper Kupp. The elite guy he was going against, yeah, I understand. But this dude stood strong all year. See, it's one thing for me to knock somebody, but guess what? We here talking about them being in the Super Bowl. We ain't talking about the Cowboys being in the Super Bowl.
True.
With 10 interceptions, 10 sacks, and all the plays. These were guys that were coached up well, that everybody tossed away. They're in the Super Bowl. They played yesterday. That boring game y'all thought was boring. But guess what? They're going to get that little AFC second place ring. I mean, I ain't got one. I don't want one, but they got one.
Hey, is Eli Apple a bad guy? Because
he's
I've never
your
seen
third corner.
Players went after him after the game.
Yeah, Eli.
Teams.
Yeah, because Eli's a talker. Yeah, internet talker. So when they beat the Chiefs, he was on the internet and called Tyreek Hill out and other guys out from the Chiefs. So he's that guy.
Giving it back to
he's
him.
that guy that when good things happen, he gonna get on the internet. He gonna talk to you about it and send shots at you. So when you get butterbacked, when you get toasted, you get it's coming your way.
I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, we get at each other pretty hard, But when you play in the Super Bowl, you have the world watching you. Everybody getting out of church early. Everybody's, you know what I'm saying? Everybody's shutting down their restaurants or opening their restaurants based on this Super Bowl. These guys were on a big stage. And I felt bad for Eli and Awuzie because y'all got Cooper Kupp, y'all got Beckham. It's gonna be ugly today. Like you said, Jesse, you called it. They should have beat the brakes on them. If Odell would have went down, I'd have been sitting there like, wow, Joe Cool, you didn't even have a chance.
Yeah.
But when Odell went down, it took them a minute to figure it out. But their coach, and I watched them, you notice at the end of the game, everything was open. The celebration went on them. The celebration was on the players. They showed Odell, they showed Donald, they showed Stafford. And the coach, each time he walking up to each one of those players, thank you. Oh, man, that was sweet.
You know what else was kind of cool? At the end of the game, and it goes back to our point that we've been beating this dead horse all year long about getting the ball to your best players. Stafford said it. Kupp said it. He said, man, I ain't run a fade route all year long. He said, that particular route that he caught the game-winning touchdown on, he goes, that's an Odell Beckham route.
Yeah.
I don't run fade routes. But at that moment in time, it was like, you're my best guy. This is the route that we want. We don't have Odell Beckham in there to run that route. We're going to U10. We're going to live and die with our best player.
Like
they lined him up. They lined him up at the X. They ain't motion him. They ain't do nothing. He was on Eli Apple. They said, this is the matchup we want. We take your weakest corner against our best receiver. We're going to run a fade route. And they ran a fade route.
And it was
Cooper
the most
Kupp.
simplest of fade routes. Because I was like, he going to the corner. Everybody knew that except Eli.
But the thing is, when you're guarding Cooper Kupp, in your mind, when you're watching Cooper Kupp on film, you've never once seen him run a fade route. So in your head as a DB, you're thinking he's about to run something like a return route. He's going to run like this over route. He's going to do something.
Slanted side.
Right. So now you're sitting there in the back of your mind. You're not thinking fade. This goes back to coaching. You're not thinking fade route. Cooper Kupp, what does he do? He kind of he shifts his release over, squares him, makes Eli take another step inside, gave him a little something to hold him. Fade route, back shoulder, touchdown, Super Bowl, game over.
Do you think in general, obviously they were going to Kupp. Do you think that was a decision by Stafford? It's like, that's my guy, I'm going to him? Or do you think the coach was like...
that went up the ladder.
I think that's all, that's all it is.
Because Stafford looking around, he looking at his coach. The coach looking at him, and they both looking at Cooper Kupp.
So they're telling Stafford, this is the guy.
I mean, you want to go to the other guy who dropped the ball and got an interception, number 18? He dropped 2 passes. He dropped a touchdown pass a week ago. Yeah. We ain't going to him. We don't have our second best tight end. He was on the bench for whatever reason, the black kid. I forget his name. So where are we going? Like, if we're going to win this thing, I'm going to win this thing with the guy that I mortgaged the future with, in Matthew Stafford, throwing to the guy who is the best receiver in the league this year. If we lose, I lose that way. I'm not losing the game going to number 18 and I got to
answer one more question for the whole offseason.
Right. Well, why do you go to Cooper Kupp? Why do you go to Cooper Kupp? Why was number 18 even a thought process in this time of the game? Yeah. No, I'm living and dying with these guys.
See, when I talk to other guys, media guys, they say, well, hey, you got to remember Dez and how he always wanted the ball. And you can take it how you want. Have people say, I don't want to have a knock. You take it how you want. But when you can't run but 2 routes, and when you can't run them 2 routes no more effectively, how do I use you?
Yeah.
But when you got Amari Cooper and I've always said this even when I used to be hard on Amari. You got the dude with the fastest feet and the quickest step in the world, and them are red zone killers. And we didn't have him in for a couple of years. We didn't have him in the red zone. We didn't start this basically to this year of having him in the red zone. I'm saying that Amari Cooper is equal to Kupp. That's what I'm saying. In what he does.
So is Kellen Moore just getting too cute then? Is he like, well, we got to spread the ball around. Everybody knows it's going to Amari, so we got to try it out here to, whoever. I mean, is it just a matter of this is a lesson they need to learn that, hey, you got Amari,
I would watch this
CD.
game if I was a coach.
Pete Carroll got cute. It cost him a Super Bowl, right?
Yeah.
That's true.
And sometimes, as complex as the game of football can be, it's simple. There's some things that are just simple. It's just, hey, when you're on the goal line in the biggest game of your life and you got beast mode standing behind you, give him the football. Let's not get cute. Give him the football.
Seen this dude
like
eight
we didn't seen him we didn't seen him rumble down the field and make a stadium feel like an earthquake was happening.
Yeah.
Let's give him the football. Yeah. When you get into the red zone and you're looking to score a touchdown, let's try to throw the ball to one of the guys who's one of the best route runners in the league. We don't have to get cute with this thing. We don't have to do Philly specials and all that. Let's go here.
Was Cincinnati a victim to that? That last drive, it was 3rd and 1, and they, Mixon had been having a pretty good game. They gave it to the other kid, or they didn't use Burrow. Is that?
Sorry.
Well, they went to Samaje Perine, right?
Yeah, they tried.
But what happened?
Donald stuffed it.
Donald said, "Not today." Like when you go back and watch that play, Aaron Donald takes another 300-pound man and
stop with the 300 pounds. Just say another big man or fat man.
You got
stop with the 300.
No. You got to make.
Because you always try to look at me when you say that, so don't do that.
You're not 300 no more.
Embrace that, man.
Yeah.
That was your.
But he took another 300-pound man.
I would have held it
and pressed him.
I'm gonna tell you what.
With his off arm, then grabbed a 220-yard running back, 220-pound running back.
Some help on that backside and hitting him too.
And then corralled him, and he didn't get another inch. You could have had whoever you wanted back there. 99 was bringing that dude down.
I'm gonna tell you something. This is what's so sweet about Aaron Donald. Is he do routes on dudes. He do routes. Like I'm not joking. That stutter step you see Coop them do and all of them, Cooper Kupp and Amari Cooper, that stutter, he'll stutter on a dude and freeze them. And once your feet start moving, he gonna bend. I would never stop moving my feet on him. I would never.
Could you block him?
Oh yeah, I could block him with the help of Step Noski and Mark Tournay. See, I'm gonna tell you something. Then one thing I like about Norv is we didn't have to worry about number 94. I wish I knew the kid name. Much love to number 94 for the Rams. But I'm telling you, we would have kept trying to run that ball like they was doing. They kept trying to run that ball.
Sean Robinson?
Because you did.
Sean Robinson.
What is his name?
Sean Robinson.
Eat 'em up Robinson?
Yeah.
I'm telling you, Noah would have gave us a better opportunity. We would have been cutting and trapping. That's one thing I know about Norv. He would have gave us a better opportunity. But now when he came to the end of the game, Jimmy would have pulled us all over there and say, hey, man, you fellas, drop your fat ball. You know what I'm saying?
Coconuts.
Yeah, because we got to pass this ball to win the game. And Norm still would have tried to figure out a way to help us as offensive line because that's probably why Troy didn't play an extra couple of years. But we were raggedy for 1 year in the game. got him hurt. But I'm telling you, I love the game from an offensive and defensive line standpoint. I'm watching both defensive lines. They took over them games. Yeah. And it took the coaches to figure out, how do I help my quarterback? How do I help my players? And I don't care. When you see the Cincinnati Bengals, and they told Chris and the other gentleman, Al Michaels, they told – I know what the offensive coordinator told him, say, man, all through this game, we know that number 99 can take over. We have told our quarterback, do not hold that ball because if you do, you're going to get yourself hurt, which he did get himself hurt late trying to hold that ball. Because the reason I knew they told them that, because the first thing came out of their mouth when they dropped back and passed was, yeah, we talked to the coaches and they said they got a lot of plays designed to get this ball out of this kid's hand. You know it, they know it, the world know it. And they still almost had opportunity coming down the stretch to make something happen. That's good coaching, man. That's players that's locked in and knowing who they are.
I was surprised. I hadn't paid much attention to Cincinnati this year, but they're 1.9 yards rushing allowed or something like that. I mean, they
was getting after it, man.
Strong. I had no idea they were there.
They were getting after it.
They got what you call just football playing dudes. That's just
pull up their schedule.
Even their linebacker, Kit Wilson, who got 55.
Yeah,
like he was having a great game. Now he got the penalties late in the game on the goal line.
They let them play all game long. They let him snatch down number 5 for the Rams, pull him
down by his face.
Yeah, they let him play, man.
That was disappointing. The kind of flurry of flags.
What was their schedule, Cincinnati?
Cincinnati, home Minnesota, at Chicago, at Pittsburgh, and Jacksonville, home Green Bay, at Detroit, at Baltimore, at the Jets, Cleveland at home, at the Raiders. Then Steelers, Chargers,
what you think about
49ers.
It wasn't too bad of a schedule, huh?
No, they lost to the Jets, right?
But what was
they lost games to the Jets, and they lost some questionable games.
Lost to the Browns.
Yeah.
But my question is,
twice.
With their talent and our talent, that we had basically that same type of easy schedule. Why did they?
I thought this is. And we could talk more about this, heading into for next season. I thought the Bengals caught lightning in a bottle at the right time. Yeah. They got hot at the right time. Because for me, I'm no hate against. I really, really, really like Joe Burrow. I think he's going to be a really, really, really great to potentially elite quarterback in this league. I don't think the Bengals are a perennial Super Bowl contending team. I don't.
100%.
I don't. I don't. I still think the standard in the AFC will be Kansas City, followed by Buffalo. When you get a healthy Baltimore Ravens team, they're going to be a tough out. Yeah. My man Herbert he coming.
That's San Diego with LA.
It's LA. He coming. He going to be, so there's some teams that you're going to have to deal with for. I just don't think that the Bengals are head and shoulders above the rest of the. I think that grouping is going to be.
They call it Ike Woods.
The Patriots ain't going nowhere. They still going to be a tough out next year. So I thought they caught lightning in a bottle at the right time, but I don't think this is going to be a team we look at and be like, for the next 5 years, the Bengals are going to be perennial Super Bowl contenders. I don't see it, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, we
just did one of your
we
jobs,
caught that lightning in a bottle the first 7 games of the year. We called it at the wrong time.
And then we caught fart in a bottle.
But
sniffing it for the rest of the season.
I know this is all hypotheticals and stuff, but I feel like the way the Cowboys started the season, if they would have just flipped it, they could have beat either one of those teams. Like, if you just would have had that at the end of the year instead of the beginning of the year.
No, they could.
No?
No.
Why?
Because the Niners were going to make you be physical. We couldn't match that.
Even the way they were playing at the beginning of the year, you don't think that they could have beat the Niners if they would have been playing that way?
No. The Niners came out in that football game. We gave the Niners the football, by the way.
You're talking about the same. See, I would agree if they'd have beat Tampa or they would have beat any team that was in them playoffs. I would agree with you.
When it came to being physical, Denver, Tampa up front,
the Raiders up front.
We didn't match that. We did not match that.
But you got the athletes. You got the guys. Why
not physical guys?
The purpose. But we
have athletes.
They're playing with no purpose.
We have athletes. It's a difference. There's a difference. There's a difference between having – if you're in the National Football League, you're pretty much a really good athlete.
But you can't coach that, right?
No, you can't coach that. No, you can coach physical like that.
You can?
Yeah.
Yes.
But it has to be the brand of football that you constantly coach. Like we laughed and joked about it, and I said that Thursday going into the Niners game, I said they're in pads today. What are we doing? We already lost. We're trying to play a game instead of focusing on being fast, being athletic, being big play orientated. We thought putting pads on, getting physical was going to be able to help us win that football game. Guys all week kept saying, "Oh, we physical, we physical." No, you mentally, you've already bought in to something that you're not. You're trying to match. Remember the movie Rocky, and when he trained up Tommy Guns, and then the Duke Washington sent Tommy Gunn down to the bar, and he said, "Listen, Tommy Gunn only fights in the ring." Rocky said, "Well, my ring's outside." And Tommy thinking, "Oh, I could fight." And Duke said, "Never fight a street fighter's fight."
Right.
And he went outside and they fought a street fighter's fight and he got his tail whooped. The Cowboys went into that Niners game and tried to fight a street fighter's fight and got whooped. You should have stayed. Tommy Guns should have went to the ring and then you would have had a chance. But when you went to fight a street fighter's fight, you fell right into their hands, and you couldn't keep up.
I tell you, man, it's a purpose, bro. You can have all the athletes you want, and when we busted up them 49ers, that's what they had. A bunch of great athletes, played a finesse brand of football, and when they went and got bar none, and we played them in that third NFC Championship game, the third NFC Championship game. Bardon was there, another dude was there, and they played it different. They played a physical brand of football. They matched our force. And I knew what you were saying, Jesse, even during that week, and I'm trying to pray that you can get it up for one game. You can play physical for one game, but if that's not your nature, then you have to do like the 49ers did. They did not try to change. They still tried to be that finesse, quick, fast team. But we were just a little bit more physical. Well, that thing switched. They were more physical. They were more physical this time around.
All right, let's take a break. When we come back, a couple of your former teammates, Nate, had some not so great things to say about the team. I think Jesse wants to weigh in on this one, and we'll talk about a halftime show. By the way, happy Valentine's Day, guys.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Yeah, man.
Love you guys.
Yeah, man.
Nowhere else I'd rather be on Valentine's
cookies,
Day.
man. It's about the best
We're going to
I
eat
can
some
do for a
cookies,
man.
and we'll be right back on the last segment of Hanging with the Boys.
Brace yourself for an existential question. Has your butt been having enough fun lately? Have you been treating it well? Has it been going places? If not, then it's about time you start using SeatGeek. SeatGeek is the best way to get your butt tickets to live events. Just ask the thousands of other butts who have rated it the #1 ticketing app. So what are you waiting for? Download the app now or visit SeatGeek.com to get tickets to sports, concerts, and live events and make your butt happy. SeatGeek. Get your seat in a seat.
How great would it be to travel to watch the Cowboys win on another team's turf? Pretty great. But honestly, just watching the game from anywhere but your house would be fun. Even a hotel bar with some guy named Phil from St. Louis who thinks Oakland still has a team. So whether you're traveling to the game or watching from your favorite vacation spot, book a place to stay on Hotels.com. Proud partner of the Dallas Cowboys.
At AT&T, everyone, new and existing customers, get our best deals on every smartphone. Why? Because you deserve it. For turning your living room into your office and your gym. For teaching Grandma how to video call. And teaching her again.
It's the button on your left, Nana. Okay, your other left.
It's not complicated. Everyone deserves something new. So AT&T is giving everyone, new and existing customers, our best deals with every unlimited plan on every smartphone, even the latest ones.
AT&T may temporarily slow data speeds if the network is busy. Restrictions and exceptions may apply.
Hey, Cowboys fans, ready to spice up your next watch party? Bring Yo Quiero guacamole and be the game day hero. Yo Quiero means I want, and we know you want great, fresh-tasting, ready-to-serve guacamole for your home gating and tailgating events. Made with real avocados and the perfect blend of spices, it will be the star of any party. You can find us at your local Albertsons or Tom Thumb in the deli section. If you can't find it, talk to your store manager and tell them, Yo Quiero guacamole.
Back to Hanging with the Boys.
Welcome back to the show. Thanks for stopping to talking, Kurt. We come
Sorry.
back on the show. No problem. Show sponsored by
Oh,
Wingstop.
yeah, WrestleMania.
Go to WrestleMania on April the 3rd and 4th. Get your tickets now. They got a Valentine's Day special, all kind of good stuff. Go
The
check
fight's
it out.
coming. I'm going to the fight.
Oh, Errol Spence?
The Errol Spence fight. It's AT&T.
Yeah, That's pretty impressive. He's coming back after that wreck that he had, man. He got thrown out of his car. So, yeah, when's that
Yeah,
going?
he had a fight before that, though. Like,
did he?
Yeah. He just had his last fight. It was a warm-up fight. It was light work.
That's right. You're a big fight guy, aren't you?
Yeah.
I'm a big UFC guy. You're a big boxing guy.
Yeah.
You know what you aren't?
What?
As a college baseball guy. You don't know S about college baseball, so just shut the hell up.
What are you talking about? I know about college baseball. I just don't know about little Podunk University you shipped your son off to. How'd that go, by the way?
They won.
Did what? Both games?
And you got to know that it goes like, for most people will tell you in baseball, it goes Division I, JUCO, Division II, Division III, and on down.
Where's your son? JUCO?
JUCO.
Okay.
So boom. Take
that.
Yeah, Kurt.
What, they have a doubleheader?
Yeah.
So you listened to the show, or somebody told you that I talk mess?
I told I called him and say, Shannon sold you out. He dogged you, not your kid. I said, not your kid, but he dogged out your kid's car.
You know, I don't know if you're joking or not. Because you might have called Kurt and told him that.
No, I told him in a laughing way. No, I ain't gonna never take that serious. That one thing you got to tell about Shannon. It is always fun for Shannon. He ain't never trying to hurt nobody.
No,
I know he's not.
I'm ever mean to you. It's not.
But now Jesse getting one of his moves. I don't know. I may be nobody, but you are less than me.
True. There are some times I get in the mood. I wanna cut you with words.
So, Kurt, thumbs up or thumbs down halftime?
Thumbs up. I enjoyed it. Yeah.
Jesse, thumbs up, thumbs
I got
down.
2 thumbs up. Mary J. Blige had them thighs out.
Ooh, she looked good. Wow. She looked good.
Auntie had
51
them thighs
years
out.
old.
Yeah. Thumbs up.
They brought it, man.
You liked it?
From the beginning to end, and then when they show Homeboy at the top of the stadium at the end, that was extra sweet. That was one of the better shows. Yes, nonstop
Not
action.
Prince.
Huh?
It wasn't Prince.
No, it wasn't Prince.
The thing that made Prince so magical was
Prince was
he
sweet.
sang Purple Rain and it actually was raining. Like you can't make that stuff up. Like that's
Or Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Nah, I didn't see that one. That was your
Michael Irvin snuck out and got to see the show, and we didn't.
So he was like
you guys.
I got to use the restroom. He ran out and watched.
He was like the kicker.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just went out there and watched.
Yeah. But Mike talked about it on NFL Network.
Yeah, he did.
He said, we came in the locker room. I told my coach I had to go take a number 2. I had to use the bathroom. He said, I came in one door. I went out the other door. He said, because I was not missing Michael. He said, when they came back, he said, Michael, where you was at? He said, oh, man, I thought it was a number 1, but it was really a number 2. He told me something. But it was really a number 3 because I went outside to see the other Michael.
So you didn't get to see him?
No, man.
Oh, man.
I sure wanted to see him, man.
Worked out for you, though.
In the end, man. Wow.
But wasn't y'all already up big in that game at halftime?
Yeah. You know what bothers me is Leon got the ball hit from behind.
They showed it.
And then that would have happened to me. I'd have been welcoming folks coming up in my face, telling, "Oh, you cost me some money." I mean, Leon carried that around a lot of years, man. I'm like, Leon, man, something wrong with you.
The funny part about it is, though, like people see that play and they don't realize the game is over.
The game is way over.
Like that play, they make it seem like that was such a significant play. Like,
BB didn't give
was
up
on the line.
Yeah.
Like that game was over.
And he had a good game otherwise.
Yeah, man. No, he had a good game, man. I mean, he had a great game. I don't know how people think, but anyway, back to the
only thing that could have made the halftime better is if they would have got the whole group from NWA back together and done like one song, like Yella, Ran, Cube. Couldn't have got Easy, obviously, because he's not here no more. But they'd have just brought them out.
Could have got his son.
Yeah, would have been that would have been it, because that was.
What song would they go sing?
Express Yourself, maybe like 2 bars to that. That's it. Like.
But everything else was clean. I mean, everything else was clean. I mean, come on, man. They did I loved it, man.
See, that was what got me. That's what got me into. Believe it or not, this is crazy, but like, white dude from West Monroe, Louisiana, and NWA got me into rap music. It was like De La Soul and NWA. It was about as far for me because I had a little Suzuki Samurai.
Wow.
And me and my buddies built a box, had 2 tins in the back with a Crutchfield amp, and that thing would bump. And I had to take the top off, and I'd put that NWA tape in, and I'd ride around.
And so I knew
people looked at me like I was lost in my mind.
And all the whites in that area would call his mom, "Your son, something's wrong."
So that was in my wheelhouse, man. That NWA tape, and then Dre, obviously all that came way after. But man, I was so into NWA. That was so that took me way back. I was like, I was more excited for the halftime show than I was the game.
Yeah,
because I don't really care about the game.
The set or whatever, the dancers, it was all in good.
Yeah,
it was good. It was a great halftime show. Definitely one that will be talked about for years to come.
I'm telling him.
All right.
I liked the game, fellas. I did. I really did, because I knew what Jesse was talking about last Monday. Was it third? When did we talk? When we last talked, I knew it was going to come from. Ain't no way Joe Cool going to pull this out. I was just wondering how they was going to do it. Was they going to go 5-man front at the beginning of the game, or was they going to wait? And they waited. They waited, and it was ugly. When they went 5-man front, it was ugly.
So you got the tweet, you got the comments pulled up from Nate's former teammates?
Not specifically.
I think it's in our group chat, isn't it?
Yeah,
Jesse knows. Jesse's probably studied it. What did you take?
Emmett was the latest, but yeah.
Yeah, Emmett. What did he say?
So Emmett was on. He did something for SI during the Super Bowl, and they asked him about, Emmett being an NFL all-time leading rusher and a part of the triplets in that three-time Super Bowl winning team in the early '90s, and they just asked Emmett, kind of the state of the team, right now. And Emmett just basically came out and said, the thing I think about when I look at the Cowboys now is that, or what he would say to them is that you aren't great. You aren't good. You don't become legendary until you get into the playoffs and you win the Super Bowl. That's when you're able to kind of separate yourself from the rest. And the Cowboys just haven't been that since.
Yeah.
Nate and company was roaming the streets of Dallas and
like Snoop said, the streets, baby.
And we've heard things from Troy, Emmett. Michael has even come off, and he's the bigger homer than you.
Yes, he is.
But
Mike.
Also, you start to hear stuff now from guys like CeeDee Lamb, right? He had an interview. He talked about that, getting playmakers the ball, and we should be more explosive on offense. We've heard it from Amari Cooper.
Cheeto said it.
Yeah. Cheeto said it. He talked about going to Cincinnati and saying, you know what? It was just about football in Cincinnati. Yeah. It was very
learn how to play without the lights on.
Without the lights. If you ever been to Paul Brown Stadium, it's very symbolic. Right, and I don't know if it's still there, but when I was there, right next, you had to leave. So the Cincinnati's home stadium also plays as their home field locker room, but their practice field is across the street. So you come out and you walk across the street to the practice field. It sits right on the Ohio River that separates Kentucky and Ohio. But right next to the practice field, you talk about blue-collar workers, is a rock quarry where people are coming in and out all day long, breaking up these rocks, shipping these rocks out. And it's a symbol of we're blue-collar, hard-working people of Ohio. And you have to walk by. And I remember as a rookie walking out, it was hot. My feet was hurting, but I was like, you could be busting rocks. Or you could be going to play football. And it was a symbol. But Cheeto said it. And I think more guys are coming out now, and you're hearing the frustration because the Cowboys aren't. While we are, this is not my words, but from what they're saying, while we are America's team, we don't put a product out there that's kind of worthy of that title right now. Like, to be as visible as we are, we don't put a product out there that's good enough to really stand behind that. And I think Jerry does a much better job of promoting the team than they actually play up to that.
All I know, man, is...
Here we go, PC Nate, come on.
No, all I know is when we draft, you know what you need. You need a center, you need a guard, you need a blocking tight end. Because we great, our defense played great. But still, your assets and your money sits right there on the offensive side of the ball. And you better do everything in your power. And I promise you, let's watch Cincinnati draft. If they ain't getting offensive linemen, maybe some corners, something going to be wrong because I know somebody going to get in the quarterback ears. Look at dog, they ain't even getting no lineman for you. Mm-hmm. And that kid can go to think like, man, you right. I almost got hurt again.
Go unfollow his team and on Instagram, and then next thing you know, he'd be on his way out of town.
Yeah, so I mean, if Dak is who you think he is, okay, you go out and you get a center. You ain't got to get a guard. Go get a center. Go get a center, somebody that can anchor that middle, get you a blocking tight end, let your running game help you, and if you do what we think you can do, then our defense will have a chance to be great again. But what the first killer to all defenses is when you say 30 minutes. If a defense has to play more than 30 minutes on average a game, by about the 15th game, we'll be like, wow, here we go again.
Yeah, but how do you, to Jesse's point, I mean, you bring in talent. We've had talent here. We've had Pro Bowlers. We've got all pros. We've got future Hall of Famers. But how do you change the culture? How do you make that mindset be like the blue collar when you're in a $1 billion facility?
Unfortunately, it's never going to be that.
Yeah.
The Cowboys just they
I think it can change.
They aren't that. Like the Cowboys is going to be, they're going to be the Rolls Royce.
I think it can change.
How?
I saw we were kind of like that, and I know practice is totally different now, but Eric Williams changed that for us. And then Larry Allen changed that for us.
Nate, I think there's a different level of just mentality that you guys had. I just do. I just think your mentality as players, as a group, is different. It's different. Like these guys, we live in a day and time now, and I'm
well,
not
how do the 49ers have it? They got a beautiful stadium and great state. How does the 49ers have this bulldog mentality? You have to get players with something about them. I remember walking with Coach Wooten, John Wooten, great John Wooten. And we walking, and he told me when Eric was a junior, he said, man, I'm looking at this dude. He's from South Philly, but he's over at this school, this little small college. I'm telling you, I'm getting this dude. His name is Eric Williams.
When you bring the mentality here, it gets washed away with the glitz and glam.
Well, that's where the coach got to step in. That's where the coach got to step in.
Here. Everybody, like we live in a day and time now here. And when you're a Cowboy, you're the man in this city.
Yeah, I understand that.
You're the man in this city, and you begin to eat that up. You begin to believe that.
Just think how much more you can have. The further you go in this town, for us, okay, you're in the NFC Championship game. And you ain't never got there before, first round and out. Now you're in the NFC Championship game. The longer you can keep these people in a positive frame of mind, the more they're going to give, the more they're going to do. That's how you got to look at it.
But they don't. They look at it as, I'm going to get what I want regardless because we are the Cowboys. And every single year, the Cowboys this year, guess who led the NFL in attendance?
Yeah, we are.
The Cowboys. But guess who led the league in most televised games, primetime games? The Cowboys. The top 10 most watched TV programs in all genres.
All I know is they better be physical this year.
9 of them was the NFL.
First place schedule.
The Cowboys were two or three of them in the top 10.
Yeah.
I understand all that.
With nothing to show for years.
They got a first place schedule. They better pick it up.
The guy who's got that dog attitude. They need some leaders on this team that maybe can enforce this a little more. Like, we haven't won nothing yet. And at least hearing him talk, it sounds like Micah could be that guy maybe, hopefully.
I'm going to tell you
put
something.
The necessary parts around him.
Yeah.
Is you going to go out and find, and I'm thinking, wow, Gallimore, Hamilton, the other dude from Kentucky, the young guy, then this guy we got from Texas. Just another year, will it help? I don't know. But I do know this right here. When you dictate what has happened through these playoffs, like most teams have in the fourth quarter, when everybody start putting in their secondary game plan or their secondary touch, ain't no secondary game. Everybody got this play or this defense or this look that we know they haven't seen, and we got the athletes to execute it. You got to have these guys. One thing the Rams figured out, especially after they lost all their wide receivers, they figured out, like, wow, and now we can't run the ball. That come down to coaching, right? So these coaches got to set the tone. And I like when I hear, hey, he's making sure the players are rested. He's making sure the players. But I heard a great offensive lineman for the Ravens say that. But he said it like this. He said, I want to thank the coaches for saving our bodies so we can be as physical as we can be when Sunday came. It's one thing to save your bodies and have the freshest legs in the world, and you're that quick, fast team, but you don't know how to get physical.
Again, go back to the Ravens culture. When you come to the Baltimore Ravens, it is known that you're going to be physical and tough, or you're going to stick out like a sore thumb.
Right.
In a negative way.
Right.
That's the culture when you come there. That was started back in the 2000s with Ray Lewis. So every guy that came in there, it was a perpetual learning process that every guy that came in there, so that when Ray and Suggs and Haloti Ngata and all those guys, when they begin to fade away, it just was a new crop of guys that were coming in behind them that learned under them that this is the standard here. That's the way Ozzie Newsome drafted guys, right? He was like, listen, I need guys that are going to be physical, athletic, and this is going to be their brand of football. We draft guys that's going to meet the brand of football. A lot of our guys, it's the name. We want the name to be put out there, and we hope that yields success in the interim. And we do. What a great video that you guys put out today. The social media team.
Oh, last night?
Last night, yeah. the countdown video, right? And it's like, let's wash away last season, and try to bring hope to the next season. It's a great video. Like, it's done very, very well. But that's the selling point. It's how do we renew the hope again that you guys will come back for another season. And
you won't have to wait this year here, because it's going to be first team. We got a first place schedule. You will not have to wait. You will know. You will not have to guess. You will know.
Not only do you have a first place schedule in the NFC conference, you've got to face Cincinnati and Tennessee. So.
And Big Henry coming downhill with everything he got.
You think the Titans are going to be physical?
Huh?
Think the Titans are going to be physical?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I agree with you. Will we be able to match it? We'll see.
All right, fellas. Got to get out of here, unfortunately.
I like when you wear your blue gig, man. You're pretty tough when you do that, man.
Always sharp.
Kurt, good seeing you, man.
Yes,
Jesse, it was a pleasure.
Yes,
Nate, thanks for bringing it. Jazz,
I saw you in the bathroom.
Thanks for keeping us on the air, even though we couldn't hear ourselves the whole thing. Thanks for doing that. And William, thanks for keeping the live streams up. We'll be up next Monday again.
Bro, we'll sabotage us from a distance, man.
What are we going to talk about next Monday?
The Cowboys. How are they going to rebuild this thing?
All right.
Dak.
Cowboys talk.
I already know.
Because Monday. I'll say this before we go. This team will not look the same. And that's the part when I talk about that window. You're never going to get this same unit again. Yeah. To get guys to gel, the free agents to gel, the star players to gel, the rookies to gel. You're never getting that. Like that. This year is done. So now you have a new crop of new guys coming in. Hopefully especially that now Micah takes the next step. You hope that maybe you get rookie. So you're just trying to build all these things have to come together. That's the thing about these windows. You don't have an opportunity every single year to just say, well, we're going to run it back next year. You don't know what's going to happen. An injury, coaches leaving, whatever it may be. You just never know. So when you have that opportunity, you got to
Rookie Dak.
You got one opportunity once in a lifetime.
Okay, Eminem.
You better know. Got to go.
Rookie Dak.
Hanging with the boys.
And we got a team called Admirals.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys? Yeah!